Friends. Hey, it's your girl, Green Eye Sparkle. Ooh, y'all know I forgot to do a description of the show today. Come on in, friends. Come on in. Everybody, welcome. Come on in. Child, y'all, I just thought about it. I hit that live button and I forgot to tell you guys what the topic is for today. But when I go back and do the editing, I'll put the topic in because I just realized that, oops, I forgot to put in the descriptor what we talking about. So today, what we talking about, friends, we talking about some trendy news. We talking about things that are happening, around the world and back again. Some good news on things and just some updates. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? I'm your host, Green Eye Sparkle Baby. Thank y'all for tuning in. You guys know what? I am so happy and excited that I am in front of you today, and I'm bringing some great Thursday gems and Thursday nuggets in this live today. As you all come on in, because I know I just hit that live button. So it's trying to notify you guys that I'm live, and I forgot to put in the description, what we talk about. But if those of you who follow Green Eye Sparkle and you are one of my diehard Sparkler fans, y'all know we're gonna get into a little bit of trendy news, inspiration, and we're gonna talk about some things from the NFL. So y'all ready? Are we ready? Are we on set? Are we ready to go? Well, friends, I want to kick it off by saying that tonight is my 63rd episode. I am so blessed and appreciative of this opportunity that I am coming before you with the 63rd episode of Green Eye Sparkle Baby, the show. And it just warms my heart. And so now that we're 2 minutes in, I want to go ahead and give a shout out. First of all, thank you, thank you, for you all tuning in every week. Joining in, having a great key with me, and we getting into the chat now. The chat is where it's at. I love the conversation that happens in this chat. You guys are top tier, and I appreciate you guys. You guys get in the chat, and we have such a great time, engaging and discussing these topics, and I really appreciate Green Eye Sparkles team over here. I call us the Sparklers, y'all. Yes, thank y'all so very much for tuning in. Y'all know this the 63rd episode, and we moving and grooving. And we got to get into, some of the things that's coming up also with the NFL draft. But before I jump into the NFL draft, let y'all get in the room because y'all see y'all coming in. Hey, friends, y'all give me a shout out and say, hey. Hey, Green Eyes, or however y'all want to say it. Simply Carissa, Green Eyes is all right with me, friends. Oh, I don't clicked on the wrong thing. Now listen. Oh, shout out to my mom. Now, Mom knows best. Gotta give Mom knows best a shout out. By the way, Mom knows best is starting her own YouTube channel. Y'all got to check out my mom. She's quite interesting, and she calls herself the researcher, y'all. So we gonna find out what Mom knows best is up to with her research. So yeah, she's coming to you guys. She already put 2 videos up, y'all. So y'all got to check out Mom knows best. She says she the researcher and she's gonna share history about some things. So y'all, y'all get ready. I'll share it out also. I'll share out when she goes live. Now, friends, I got some trending news. I got some, I thought this was pretty interesting. Y'all help me out in the chat because when I saw this morning, I said I didn't understand what they were talking about. So, according to the OK magazine, they said that Savannah Guthrie's. They said she was talking about some kind of secret code, and they said the FBI is closer to solving her mom's disappearance. Hey, friends. Hey, is that Tikara? Hi, my friends. We got Blackout in the building. How y'all doing? I see y'all coming up on the ones and twos, and it's morning time for you, to Kieran. I see you. I see y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. But if y'all understand what they're talking about, friends, about this secret code, I don't know what that is. So we got to find out more. That I got this allegedly, and according to the OK magazine, that they're getting closer to finding her mom. Prayers go out to Savannah Guthrie's family because that is something that I know has been just heart wrenching for this family. By the way, friends, as y'all come in, y'all make sure y'all hit this like button. Thank y'all for hitting that like button. I greatly appreciate it. I am a rising YouTube creator, and this is my 63rd episode, and I only get stronger with you guys. So I appreciate when you guys hit that like button. I'm growing and aspiring to do amazing things, and it can keep getting better and better when you guys subscribe and y'all hit that like button. Thank y'all so very much. Something else very interesting, guys, and I thought this was pretty neat. Chad, do y'all like Sade, the singer, the smooth jazz singer Sade? Y'all like her? She sings that "Is it a crime?" Her child, y'all. She is getting inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Now that right there deserves a standing ovation. Sade been around for a long, long time, and I'm happy to see that she is going to be inducted in the class of 2026 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Who likes Sade? Honey, I love me some Sade. Y'all put in the chat y'all favorite Sade song. I like Is It a Crime? And I like Sweet as Taboo. So if y'all know about Sade, now y'all make sure y'all put in the chat which song do y'all like. Hey friends, I see Rylan. I see you, friend. How y'all doing, Zadar? What's going on, everybody? Thank y'all for tuning in. But y'all got to get in the chat. We got to talk about y'all favorite songs by Sade. And don't forget that hit the like button, friends. Y'all coming on in. Hit that like button. Let me know that y'all rocking and rolling with green eyes. Hey, how you doing? I see you, Norb. Yes. Now, do y'all know who Sade is, friends? Y'all got to get in the chat now. Y'all know who Sade is. Put in the chat y'all favorite Sade song, cause honey child, y'all listen. Sade is gonna get inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Oh yes, indeed. Oh yes, indeed. Now, and this was according to I got this news hot off the press off of Spirit World. The spiritual world had it on there. And I said, okay. I said, this what I'm talking about. Well deserved. Sade been around a long time. You never hear anything negative about Sade. Sade rock and roll and moves in her own way, y'all. And so I say, you know what? Give Sade her credit and give Sade her roses while she is yet still alive. Shout out. And by the way, friends, Phil Collins is in this class of 2026. Child, I thought Phil Collins was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but no, 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 friends. Phil Collins will be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame also. So, well deserved. There are some other friends, some other folks that's going to be inducted, but the two I like that I saw, Sade and Phil Collins, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Shout out. And that was according to the spiritual world. They had this whole listing on there, child. Y'all know I be out there watching and looking at what's trending, what's going on. And when I saw that, I said, I got to report live on that. Also, a shout out, what was interesting. Cardi B has a hairline. And they said as soon as she dropped her product, Cardi B's hairline product sold out. They said it was less than an hour. She went live with all her products, y'all. They say she got shampoo, she's got conditioner, she's got serums, all these good hair things called Grow Good Beauty. And this Grow Good Beauty, it was like, wow, in an hour it was sold out. Oh, we got somebody. What you said in the chat, friend? You said you saw Sade and Phil Collins, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, shout out. And that was according to the spiritual world. They had this whole listing on there. Y'all know I be out there watching. Yes, yes. Juice World. Yeah. I saw it as well. That's what I'm saying, Norman. I saw it as well, and that's why I came out here to report live. When I saw that they were getting acknowledged, I was like, "Wow!" As they should. Yes, they should. Phil Collins been around a long time, don't you? Okay, if you don't know who Phil Collins is, you may know his song. They play it on the NFL. I can hear you calling in the air tonight. Oh no. Doom, 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 doom. That's the infamous drums. He got them drums that just set off his song. You know that when he made that song, y'all, Phil Collins was a genius. That band was a genius. That band creating that sound with them drums set that song out in the galaxy. It just stood out it has stood the test of time. That song never gets old. Cause when it first come on, he's singing, and then it's real slow. You know, and then all of a sudden you hit on drums, doom 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 doom, and I'm like, what you say? So, honey, y'all, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Phil Collins. I'm a fan of Sade. But y'all still ain't put, all y'all came in here, all 15, 22 of you, came into my chat, came into this live, and nobody put in the chat what y'all favorite Sade song is. Y'all got to share in the chat now. You know, we're an interactive community. We're an interactive community over here at the Green Eye Sparkle. And I just like to know. I want to know. I share who I like. I shared Is It a Crime? I like Is It a Crime? I like Sweet as Taboo. Those are my two go-tos. Now, those are my favorites. So y'all, as we celebrating and acknowledging and paying homage to Sade and Phil Collins, y'all tell me what y'all favorites are. All right, I saw a lot of y'all come in now. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. By the way, when y'all enter the building, y'all make sure y'all give a hello in the chat and hit that like button. The like button lets YouTube know that you all are enjoying my live show. This is the 63rd episode, and I can't be more prouder than myself. I started this journey over a year ago, and I'm climbing, and I will not stop. So yeah, shout out, friends. Now I was also just talking. I don't know how I switched off, y'all. I digress because in the chat they were talking about Norman was talking about Juice World, and they were talking about Sade and Phil Collins. So I had to add my little 2 cents on two friends. But I was actually talking about the amazing success. What shout out to Cardi B. What an amazing entrepreneur. She started this hairline called Grow Good Beauty. The line sold out less than an hour after I guess after it went live, it sold out. Now, allegedly, y'all, it's good product and it's reasonable. It's not astronomical, y'all. She's selling between, it's like the price ranges between like $14.99 and $19.99. An entrepreneur that's on their grind, I have to salute and give high respect. She's a mom, she's an artist, and she is doing her thing. You got to give credit where credit is due. She worked so hard, she putting out more than, like even some of these football players. No shade, she grinded. She grind more than some of the football players out here. As we looking at talking about this draft coming up, y'all. I say shout out. She doing her thing. It's great to see that. Hey, I like that girl power. Now, friends, talking about the NFL draft, y'all come on in, come on in, friends. Before I talk about that NFL draft, let me say this too, some inspiration. I like to look at inspiration before I come on my live, and I like to share when I see good things. When I'm out there on the different platforms, but it's Master P. Shout out to Master P. He always has a gem of a download on his page. Do y'all know who Master P is? Y'all put it in the chat. Because you know what? This is global. Friends, we worldwide over here. We worldwide. So sometimes I say names that people may not know. So if y'all know who I'm referring to as Master P, I'll put that in the chat. But anyways, Master P said these words, and I said, "Wow, these words are so profound." Y'all know this like my Thursday moment thoughts. Y'all know I don't do my Monday moment thoughts. I kind of took a little sabbatical until we get back into more of the heavy duty sports. But Master P said success happens twice. He said first success happens in the mind, then it happens in the grind. He says, picture it, work it, own it. Oh, I said, clock that, clock it. That was on his page, and I said I had to share that with my sparklers. We got watchers and listeners from all over the place, and that right there is universal for anybody. Success happens twice. The first level of success is when you have it in your mind and you dreaming, but the second is putting it into the work and the action. I started grinding over a year ago, creating this platform, creating this channel, which y'all know it's called Simply Carissa, but my show is called Green Eye Sparkle Baby, the show. I started this over a year ago, friends. I had a dream, so it was in my mind. So where I started was in my mind, and I said, I know I can do this. I'm going live, y'all. I said, I'm going live. I'm not going to let anything stop me. I said, I'm going to go live and I'm going to share the news. I'm going to talk about trendy news, inspiration, sports. I said, that's what I'm going to do. I had a dream. Then because it was in my mind, right? Then he said on his page, he said, then it's the grind. I have been grinding nonstop. It has not been a week that I have missed. This is the 63rd episode. And if you all are appreciative and you all are liking this content and this platform, y'all let me know by hitting that thumbs up. That gives me that gives confirmation that I'm headed in the right direction, because I appreciate when you guys give feedback. The feedback actually helps elevate and grow. Some people have a hard time with feedback. Sometimes when I'm watching the different channels on YouTube, they actually go ham. What they call it now, crash out. They crash out when they get feedback. Feedback helps you grow, as long as it's respectful and supporting the community guidelines, and they're talking about authentic feedback. So when I get feedback, I take it and I grow. As I got feedback, they were like, I got feedback about football season was ending, and I was asked could I cover basketball and baseball, and I was like, I try to deliver rise to y'all occasion sparklers, but I didn't have enough a repertoire. I was trying to keep up with all the ones and twos of the basketball friends, but on the men's side and the women's side, it was a whole lot. So I was like, when it came down to the college level, the March Madness, I had to give some updates on that. So I grow when you guys share with me what you like to see on my channel. So y'all drop down in the chat. What other things would you all like to see me cover in my live? Because I am here with you, and we all on this journey together. And like I said, friends, I only get stronger from the feedback and your comments. So I greatly appreciate when y'all stop in and y'all drop in the chat some feedback, some encouragement of what would you like to see on my live, because I will look at it and do my best. Okay, is that all right with y'all? Because I love what Master P said. I ain't like it, I loved it. He said, you grind on that dream, you picture it, you work it, and you own it. When you have those things in place, that's when success happens. And I was like, wow, I said I got to share this on my live today. That was inspirational. That was very inspiring. And speaking of inspirational and inspiring, child, y'all listen. I was studying, because y'all know I like to show myself approved. So I was all out there on the NFL ones and twos today. And it talked about the breakdown of the rules about the NFL draft. Now, is it just me, or did y'all know that there were some like straightforward, I mean, down the middle of the line rules and regulations for the draft? Honey, there are rules about assigning draft picks. I guess people, how sometimes people do this chatter, and it gets so loud that the NFL will respond. And so they responded in a way that I thought was classic based before we got into this draft that's coming up. I told y'all last week, y'all, that the draft is happening in Pittsburgh. It will be in Pittsburgh, y'all, out there in the open fields around that stadium. So, but what I liked this time was the transparency. They said currently, right now, each of the 32 clubs will receive one pick in each of the 7 rounds. Okay. It says the number of teams drafting has changed over time, and there have been as many as 30 rounds in a single draft. Now, the order of selection is determined by the reverse order of the finish in the previous season. So those teams that didn't do so well, see, that's how they rise up to the beginning of this draft pick. Hey, Sadika, how you doing? Welcome in, welcome in. Now, so this how this thing is gonna get broken down. So the teams that didn't qualify for the playoffs, y'all, are assigned drafts in slots 1 through 20. Now, the order is determined by the standings at the end of the regular season. The club with the worst record will pick first, and the one with the best record will pick 20th. So that's how they doing it. Now, y'all get in the chat. Now, do y'all like the way they do and organize the draft picks? Do y'all like that the teams that didn't have such a great season has the opportunity to pick first so they can build up their team? Or do y'all say why they just can't do it in a specific order? What y'all get in the chat and tell me, y'all, how y'all feel about this? Now, the 4 teams eliminated in the wild card round pick in slots 21 through 24 in the reverse order of the final regular season, they have the next step up. Now, the 4 teams eliminated in the divisional round pick, they go into slots 25 through 28. Now, how y'all feeling about this? In the reverse order of their final regular season. Now, the 2 teams that lost in the conference championships pick in the 29th and the 30th spots in the reverse orders of their final regular season records. The team that lost the Super Bowl has the 31st pick in the draft, which we already know that's the New England Patriots. So they will have that slot, okay, for the 31st pick. Now the Super Bowl champion, they have the 32nd and final spot in each round. Good morning. Hey friend, how you doing? I'm glad to see y'all in the chat. Thank y'all. So y'all get in the chat because I posed the question. Do you all agree with the organization of how they do the draft pick? So I like the fact that they were very transparent and they put out the rules and regulations of a draft pick because you know it'd be a lot of chatter and a rah centered around the NFL draft. But you know, it sounds like to me now. It sounds like to me they got it pretty organized, in my humble opinion. What y'all thinking? Do y'all like how they organize it with these different ranges of slots? You know, the 1 through the 20, and then you got the 21st through the 32nd. You know, they got them grouped in boxes. I love hearing the feedback from the chat, y'all. Y'all got to help me out. Now, do you think it's fair that the champions, the Super Bowl champions, they get the 32nd? Do y'all think that's fair, or do y'all think because they won, they should be at the top? I mean, you know, I get my feedback and energy from y'all. Y'all get in the chat now. All right, y'all. If y'all liking this live, don't y'all forget to hit that like button, y'all, and don't forget to subscribe to Green Eye Sparkle. My channel is simply Carissa, but my show is Green Eye Sparkle, baby, the show. And this is the 63rd episode. And I couldn't be more humble and grateful that you all are in my live today. Now, don't forget to hit that like button and get in the chat, y'all. Tell me what y'all thinking. Now, if the teams have the same strength schedule, division or conference, tiebreakers are applied. If the division conference tiebreakers are not applicable or ties still exist between teams of different conferences, ties will be broken the following tie breaking method. So, child, they got this thing broken down even if there is a tie. Honey, child, y'all listen. Now, head to toe, if applicable. The best loss tie percentage in common games, minimum of 4. Strength of the victory in all games. Best combined ranking among all teams in points scored and points allowed in all games. Best net points in all games. Best net touchdown in all games, and then a coin toss. I thought this was fascinating. I mean, is it just me? Did y'all think? I said, wow, I didn't know that they broke this thing down to this great length of understanding the assignment about if there's the same strength, if it's the same level performance, that they have all these systems in place to make sure that it is a fair call for this NFL draft. Now, compensatory picks, child, y'all listen. Under the terms of the NFL collective bargaining agreement, the league also can assign as many as 32 additional compensatory free agent picks, which allows clubs that have lost free agents to other teams to use the draft to try to fill the void. The awarded picks take place at the end of the third through the seventh rounds. Like I said, friends, I mean, is it just me? Or did y'all know all this? Did y'all know all of these things? Now, the value of the compensatory free agents gained or lost by each team is totaled. A team is awarded picks of equal value in the net loss, okay, of compensatory free agents up to a maximum of 4. Now, the NFL rules and regulations about the draft rules and the process. The NFL draft takes place over 3 days, Thursday through Saturday each spring. I shared this last week on my live. I gave y'all the rooter to the tutor, friends. I broke this thing down so there was clarity and understanding. I told you guys how all the rounds and the times gonna be. Y'all ready? Y'all do y'all want me to say it again, friends? I'll share real quickly. So the first round is going to be Thursday, April 23rd at 8 p.m. The second and third round will take place on Friday at 7 p.m. Rounds 4 through 7 will happen on Saturday, April 25th. That one starts 12 noon. The one on Thursday, it starts at 8. So, child, y'all want to get into the draft coming up next week? Child, dear, here it is, the winner chicken dinner now. So this kicks off Thursday, April 23rd. So it's going to go April 23rd, April 24th, and April 25th. Y'all get in the chat. Y'all tell me what y'all thinking. Shout out to all of my crew that came through and dropped some comments. I appreciate y'all. Y'all came rolling up in here, friends. I love it. Thank y'all so very much because the chat is the post of my live Green Eye Sparkle. The chat is the post. I like to hear y'all comments and y'all commentary and y'all feedback, honey. Because like I said, the rules. I mean, I like. If some of y'all watch the draft every year after year, y'all watch the draft, but did y'all know the breakdown of the draft to this nature? I was like, wow. I mean, I've watched it. I've watched it several years straight. I didn't know that they had impressed. I'm really impressed on how this process works, And so hands down and shout out because they doing their thing. So I got to give credit where credit is due, y'all. And do. Okay, friends, I'm gonna keep it moving and grooving now. So, when they talk about player eligibility, to be eligible for the draft, players must have been out of high school for at least 3 years, and they must have used up their college eligibility. Thank you for the likes, friends. Thank y'all. So y'all heard what I said? Now they have to have been out of high school for at least 3 years and must have used up their college eligibility before the start of the next college football season. So they just can't come over here now talking about they going in the draft. Now they have to show themselves approved, friends. Now, the next thing is underclassmen and players who have graduated before using all their credit college eligibility may request the league's approval to enter into the draft early. So they got to get approval before they can enter into this draft early, friends. Now, players are draft eligible only in the year after the end of their college eligibility. I'm going to say that again. Players are eligible only in the year after the end of their college year eligibility. Now, like I said, I knew there were a lot of moving parts, but I didn't understand all the background moving parts until, honey, I started reading and I started looking at the NFL updates about this draft. And when they dropped these rules and regulations, I said, "What you say?" Child, I mean, so what y'all thinking? Now, so before the draft, the NFL player personnel staff members confirmed the eligibility of all draft prospects. They got to double check and recheck because at the end of the day, this go live. This going live, y'all, Thursday at 8 o'clock. Next Thursday, not today, y'all. Let me just clarify. Chat friends, y'all listen. Don't go over there on the channel today looking for the draft. It's not today, friends. The draft happens up next Thursday. Okay, friends. I'm just trying to get y'all ready in position. So the personnel team, they have to confirm the eligibility of the draft prospects, y'all. That means that researching the college backgrounds of approximately 3,000 college players each year. Oh my goodness, they got a job ahead of them, friends. Ooh, that's a lot. That's a lot. Now, what they do is they work with the NCAA compliance departments at schools across the country to verify, okay, the information of all the prospects. Now, they also check the rosters of college and all-star games to make sure they only draft eligible players that play in the game. All right. So there are a lot of, I was, like I said, y'all, I mean, I was fascinated. Y'all get in the chat and tell me y'all thoughts and feedback. I was really impressed at the moving parts and the systems in place to ensure that when this draft goes live next Thursday, they have crossed every T, they have dotted every I. So that was really impressive to me. Now, once the players have become draft eligible or have declared their intention to enter the draft early, the player personnel staff, they will work with the teams and agents and schools to clarify the player status. They also work with agents, the schools, the scouts, and teams to enforce league rules for pro days where the NFL scouts come to colleges to observe prospects and private workouts. All right, y'all. Now, during the draft, the player personnel staff, they confirm all players who are drafted and are draft eligible. Oh, hello. That was a lot that I said. That was a mouthful of friends. But what I can appreciate, thank you, NFL, for giving us clarity and understanding how this process works. I mean, because you only hear what you hear. And the news media, they put out what they put out. But to get this transparency from the NFL, I thought it was fascinating. What y'all thinking? I don't know what that is. Okay. What y'all thinking, friends? I mean, I liked it. I really liked this. I thought this was really good. It really broke it down. And yeah, I like that I'm aware of how each of the clubs, how they are selected and where they fit in this draft, y'all. Y'all get in the chat, friends, because y'all listen. I don't ended my time, y'all. I don't hit. I'm like, boy, time flies when you having fun. Because I started right on time today, friends. Y'all got anything for the good of the group? Friends, if y'all sitting outside, if y'all sitting outside right now and y'all been watching the whole time, can y'all come in for a second and hit that like button and hit that subscribe and hit that like button? You know, it takes a lot of planning and preparation, y'all. I got my whole binder right here. Try y'all look. This my binder, and I write out every single episode. Y'all see this? I write out every single episode. This is my 63rd episode, and I couldn't be any more prouder. But this is all my time. I appreciate y'all. The last thing I want to say is, another little a gem nugget from Master P, because I told y'all I like to see positive inspirational messages. On his page it said, work hard, but make sure that you enjoy life too. Work hard, but make sure that you enjoy life too. This is Green Eyes Sparkle Baby, episode 63. I hope you all had a great time. I look forward to trying to hop on an hour before the draft starts next week so we can get into some good conversation about what we are anticipating. I want to get into what do we expect from this draft. So next Thursday, y'all, I'll be on right on time at 7 p.m. right before the draft. The draft starts at 8, so I'm going to have to come on at 7 like I normally do. But anyway, friends, listen, y'all take care of yourselves, and I'll talk to y'all later, guys. Bye. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you, guys.